All right, I think I'm all set, Dream. I just started my thing off. How are you doing today?
You scared the fuck out of me. That's Jesus
You're
Christ.
welcome. I didn't mean to, but
Holy shit.
looks like
We'll
this
see.
is the finale for the Grozovian op, and they put a bunch of minefields down, and they're having op 4 doing some sort of last stand. What about you?
I am alive. Also, I've taken my tablets today, so I will be much less aggravating on the ears. I promise.
Your tablets? What?
My okay, don't worry. My tablet. I have tablets that sometimes I forget to take, and
You're medicated?
yeah, I'm medicated, bro.
For what?
The sadness. Remember the sadness? Remember we had this entire discussion?
Yes.
Like a long...
Right, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it crazy the stuff they have to make drunk drivers do after they get caught.
I know,
But Dream, I'm
it's
glad
really
you're recovering.
annoying.
It's okay.
I just like it's not the drunk drivers, it's the drunk crashers, and it's not my fault they were in the road.
Well, you gotta remember, God gives his soberest of tasks to his drunkest of drivers.
Exactly.
But anyway, this is Friday Night Fights. I'm gonna be covering rounds 1 and 2. My main issue is that I only have like 30 gigs of space left on my computer, so if I try to cover the third round, I know I'm gonna run out of space because usually after the third round it gets up to 30 plus gigs. So I'm gonna basically go to editing and then try to come back at 9:30 for some Daisy, because I know we missed last week and I wasn't able to double up on it, so I'll try to double up this week to make up for it. So either Saturday or Sunday, maybe between the 2 Arma streams I've planned for tomorrow. But you know, we'll be going with everything on there. Regardless, Dream, how are you doing?
I am okay. It was very enjoyable watching your stream earlier. Oh
Yeah.
my god! If I have one thing, please get a better camera.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah. Also, here's an interesting thing. Oh, we've done it. FNF is over. Thank you, everyone, for coming out.
Why did
I
you
hope
get
you're seeing
indexed?
this as
Because
well.
no,
I got indexed. Did you get indexed?
I didn't get indexed.
I got mission completed. I've done it. I've completed
Ah.
FNF.
I would recommend you push back in, because for me,
Okay.
it's still going. That's kind of funny.
Damn.
Regardless,
Well,
I'll go ahead and start with the mission details. So Blue 4 are trying to capture a sector, hack a terminal, and eliminate a VIP. I'm assuming that VIP is going to be Op 4's ground commander. Op 4 obviously have to defend all of that. The briefing tab, mission details, 1,500 meters of render distance, 75 build points for fortify. Usually the default number is 125, but because there's a bunch of other fortifications already set, I think they just lowered it a little bit. Fortify color, so it's going to be green sandbags and stuff. And then time limit, 50 minutes. Your standard 50 minutes safe start, 50 minutes round. Notes: when changing the weapon more than once, you will lose ammo. Changing the weapon with an optic on will also make you lose the optic. Changing from magnified optics to normal will prevent you from using magnified optics, and vice versa. Okay. Background: after successfully taking the northwestern mountains, the Grozovians started planning on taking the rest of the northern mountains. However, this would prove quite difficult, as the Russian forces that pulled back from the eastern front managed to set up strong defensive positions around the mountain. The winter weather also made it difficult for infantry and armored vehicles to push. As such, the Grozovians decided to wait till spring to launch a new offensive. The U.S., after losing their first main engagement, chose instead to provide logistical and intel to the Grozovian forces. With the help of the U.S., the Grozovians have received intel on which the next rotation of Russian troops are. This valuable information, as it is when the Russians are at the weakest. Or this is valuable information, yeah, blah, blah. The time of the rotation is today. As such, Grozovians plan to launch a surprise attack with only infantry, so as to not alert the Russian QRF. The Grozovians must destroy the radar and take the command center before 1 hour, as that is how long it will take for the Russian QRF to arrive once contact starts. Should the Grozovians manage to take the mountains, then the road to Moscow will be open. Interesting. Area of operations: there are many fortifications around the AO which have been marked. There are also craters around that have not been marked. All of the camo nets should be invincible. The checkered red areas are minefields. Mission rules: for Blue 4 may only use 2 of the 6 safe zones. For Op 4, Op 4 may not fortify the top of the barracks. Both sides may not reuse any mines from the red checkered areas. Basically, they can't dig them up and replant them. Blue 4 are Grozovian kits, so pretty good body armor overall. They got TAR 20s, TAR 21s, M16A3s. SVDs, RPKs, and AT4s. Op4 are just your standard Russian EMR kits. So we've got AK-74s, SVDs, RPKs, RPG-7s, and PKPs. Overall, looking at our roster, Depso is going to be leading for Blue 4 NASA, the 2IC, Lolo, the 3IC, and Kremit, the medic. Oddity leading Alpha with Pingus, Games, Kropa, Leziak, Ukrainic, and Albert Q. And then Alpha 1 under has Tomer and Benny. I think they're just going to merge everyone together under Alpha Actual. Bravo has Pierce leading Fonz, Nuzzy, Snodgepair, Meerkat, Tony, Wikifan, and Pupper. Bravo 2 has Nola, Kadovisky, Mike, and Kabubi Face. Knowing Pierce's command strategy, he's probably going to merge all of Bravo together, bringing Bravo 2 into Bravo Actual. Charlie has Lurch leading Brixie and Nafs. Charlie 1 has Robinino, McDeed, Bestifer, and Swede. Charlie 2 has Oddball, Killer, Pogo, Watswa, Six Me, Crispy, and Dewitson. Otherwise, Op 4 has Korvac leading. I'm assuming he's going to be the VIP that needs to be defended. Zoni as the 2IC, and Goose as the medic. Lolo going to be leading Alpha with Macmarine as the marksman, Huel as the medic, Vagrant as the 2IC with that GP25 system, GL. G-Legs, Alexander, Seismo, Sam, and Charlotte going to be under Alpha 1. Alpha 2 is Eric, Kiru, Banks, Tackleberry, Wheaton, Ash, Harana, and Swola altogether. Lungt leading Bravo with Rad as the marksman and Kvist as an AT specialist, and that appears to be it for Bravo. Okay. Charlie has Nemesis leading. Looks like they merged everything together. Cats, Iander, Puma, Flying Finn, Yanni Finn, Cullis, and Malin all under Scandi Recon. And Bats leading Delta with Soy Boy as the medic. Delta 1 has Norris, NRI, and Iqbal all together, and then Jerry and Mansa as Bravo 2, which I guess they're going to merge into Bravo Actual, make that small fire team. But Delta 1 is just a 3-man machine gun team with 2 of them having medium machine guns. And yes, Stream is GoCast. I'm just waiting for him to get back on the server.
I was here the entire time. You talk a lot. You go fast.
I do go fast.
It's better to just let it happen.
Hey, look, Blue 4 has artillery.
Oh, so there's 2 little bits of tidbits of information. First off,
yes,
I didn't lose this in translation. I'll get you the exact words, but it might be something to look forward to or look away from. Eander messaged me earlier and said, "Boss man." I put, "Yo," he put, "brace for contact at FNF." What does that mean? Apparently it means he's sloshed as ice and hard as granite, so I think he's extremely drunk.
Awesome.
Second of all, I completely forgot. I need to send you, are you able to just quickly access your Discord?
Yes.
I'm going to send you an image, and I'll let you, if you want to describe it or if you want to keep it as a surprise, but it's going to be for the second mission.
All right, I'll open it for the second mission then.
No, I think you want to have a look now.
Okay.
And it is sent.
I have so many Discord messages to go over. I'm a little tired because, I'll cue my mic. So that appears to be... Oh. That looks like an abomination. I can't wait. Again, I'll be covering rounds 1 and 2. I'll then raid Dream to cover round 3. But
what I'll do is obviously you've had a long day, and I'll give you some time.
I haven't had a long day. It's basically I unboxed everything today. That was great. I have to put all that away, but I also checked my drives. I only have 30 gigs of footage space left, so I need to do some editing before DayZ.
I take up a lot of space.
But I also know if I cover the 3rd round of DayZ, then the VOD can get over 30 gigs, and then it's just going to corrupt the entire stream, so I don't want to do that to the recording. So
don't worry, chat. I'll let him solo cast for round 2, and I'll go play on the ground with this abomination.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because Dream just sent me a picture of what appears to be something very, very unique for round 2. So I guess I will solo shoutcast. We'll be able to listen to people on the ground. We see that Blue 4 is already starting to teleport. Probably check the other insert vectors that they're going to take. And then we do have 3 pretty big, beefy minefields in the AO that's forcing Blue 4 to come in and assault through the forested area, so that should be quite interesting.
I don't know, Liru. The mines are in open fields.
I know. Wait, is Pierce on offense or defense? Pierce is... Oh, Pierce must be so disappointed. Oh, no, he can't use the open fields.
No armor for either side. This is a no vehicle off. As you can see, it's mainly just in the trees. I think the story behind that is it's meant to be a surprise attack on a unit change.
They're not minefields.
Yeah, he has no.
They're IED fields.
Oh god.
They're dug in IEDs.
He has no open field to cross unless they decide to go east and then they have a bit of an open field.
Oh my god.
This is Pierce's worst nightmare.
He has to actually be tactical.
Who would have thought?
What's scaring me is I've only found one of them so far.
Yeah, I have always had this like predisposition with FNF minefields, and that is that they don't actually exist. They'll put like one, and that's it. And I don't think they actually exist.
Well, yeah, because I've only seen one, the one IED.
Okay, I've now seen two. I've seen three. Okay, maybe I was wrong. If you scroll out to where the grass disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I can't find any more. I was looking at the western one first, and now I'm checking the eastern one.
I can see 3 in the western, but they seem evenly spaced out. I don't know. I feel like they just don't, like, they're not that dangerous.
I feel like Malin will just occasionally check, and if he sees someone in it, he'll just spawn a mine on their feet with Zeus. That's what I do.
That would be funny.
If I say there's a minefield and they're not supposed to go through it, and they still go through it, I just go, okay. So it's treason then.
Yeah, exactly.
Checking the northern one, I spotted one IED, but the thing with the IEDs is that those will kill you. Doesn't matter if they get nerfed or not. They will kill you. There's another one.
They are bombs.
Yes.
And those hurt.
Technically, their UXO is just rigged to blow.
Let's not get started on rigging bombs, because last week it got a bit out of hand.
I know. Well, no one sent me something that exploded in the mail today, so I'm happy about that.
Actually, okay, here's something. I asked this, but no one answered me. If someone did maybe send through a angry letter.
Op4's got a T14 and a T15 in the AO, so if they chill around there, they won't be able to take AT fire.
Yeah, so how long did you said this they came through in 2020? You said,
yeah,
right?
From early to mid to late to even early 2021, so about a year's worth of stuff.
Okay, 2 things. I can't wait for you to open another one. I'm going to send you so much stuff.
Oh no.
And then, what, like, if someone did send you a pipe bomb, would it still work? Would it still work?
No, shut up.
4 years?
Shut up.
I'm just asking. That was a genuine question I had.
I'm not a bomb expert, Dream.
Someone must be.
Some shit like that gets you in trouble. I'm already on lists because of your freaking dad trying to pay me to stab you to death. Like, damn.
Did you see my comment about that the other day?
No.
I was like, he came into my chat and was like, thought I was genuinely hurt by it, and I just went, no, it was really funny. So he was concerned. He actually
there's
hurt
magnified
my feelings.
optics, which makes sense in the context.
To the highlight you're going to make.
All right, well, there's magnified optics on both sides. I'm seeing ACOGs on Blue 4, so Op 4 is probably going to have, like, PSOs and whatnot. Round will begin in 4 minutes. We'll see what defensive lines Op 4 is able to make. A lot of the fortifications also have ruined battle towers and whatnot. The command center seems to have a bit of a fortification, and I guess when they said green barracks I think they meant the green barracks buildings that they're not allowed to fortify, because I see that the command tower itself has a pretty hefty...
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I guess the whole difference with this one is one nade and it's over.
Oh yeah, I mean with that one, yeah, no, if you get a grenade up there...
So,
reminds me of a training op I hosted last Tuesday where it was just a big open top and like every player and their mother was up there. So I just started hurling grenades and everyone freaked the hell out.
I love training ops.
It's the first training op that they utterly failed in a while.
Oh,
so.
was it? Oh.
Yeah.
I just love training ops because I like going to training ops as someone who obviously just knows how to play the game.
Right.
Because it's just... Because you can be a genuine like arm of support to help and help people learn the game, but you can also just be really evil sometimes.
Oh, I mean, so how I do training ops is it's literally just a standard op. It's just we have a very specific set of criteria that they're trying to solve. So it's meant to be a little harder than usual, but the reason it failed was they only had one entry point in their compound while they were waiting for QRF to come in. Okay. And they only had one guy guarding it at a time because everyone else was just looking out at windows or going on the rooftops. And I just waltzed in, domed one guy, saw two other people, but they weren't even looking at the main entrance. They were just firing at the window, so I just slowly began to kill them. And then I waltzed into the spawn room, which they still had the VIPs in, and they were doing medical, and I just stared at a dude for like 10 seconds and then just went to full auto with an RPK and mag dumped everything in front of me.
Yeah, that's about as comprehensive as you can get.
So I'm just like, S stands for security. And yeah, you might have missed betting, Daz. Or not Daz, sorry, Natera. But we'll be doing bets on round 2 as well.
In the future, if you ever like once they become big or comprehensive, can I become an Op4 sniper?
I'm never doing Op4 lessons in training op because way too many people ask, and I'm tired of dealing with it. And
that is fair.
The only time we're going to do Op4 aggressors is probably in the tagged ops, but I'm holding off on that because I might do them for the next rotation in a few months, but...
I will have to attend one of these.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy helping people, and also I just enjoy like watching new players at the game. Not in a bad way or anything. Because it just reminds me of when I started playing this game.
And again, we're not testing skill level at the individual level. We're just doing communication training and seeing if people have common sense. And it's funny when they lack it.
That's just armor, though.
Yeah.
You can have. I've seen people with thousands of hours, and they still just will not. They just won't know how to. Also, GL's going out.
Round has begun. We're probably going to see GLs going out for. Oh, it's a flare? Weird. I thought it was going to be a Huntire, but maybe that's just a signal in case people didn't get the pop-up or a misfire. But regardless, where is Pierce? I want to see where Pierce goes, all right? Because all of his poor open fields have been locked down by mines, and he must be pissed.
He must be. He's got to be fuming right now. So they've actually just opted against using any of the other safe zones. But to be fair, that kind of makes sense. I know the minefield is on the... Yeah, this spawn point doesn't make any sense. Why would you go anywhere?
I would have kept maybe one squad on the south to use that southern entrance in, because I think pushing all the infantry through that thin area of forest is a bit of a mistake. Having at least one squad come in from the south to do a bit of outflanking and to join in for like an L-shaped attack on the final objective would have been smart, but...
So, if I'm commander at this point, you're right. I do put a single squad on the south, and it seems like they might be sending people at an angle to go around.
Up to you.
But I'm not sending it through this thin bit of forest. I'm sending it north through the open, and believe this or not, through the open field, because they cannot see you from up here because of the hill that's just in the way. And then you rejoin the next bit of forest, and then you do a two-pronged attack through, the bit they're going through now, and then from the north.
I can see what you're getting at.
But I would have put a minefield. So you see where the western minefield is?
Yep.
You see just north of it, there's another open sort of ground.
Yeah, a little bit of it, yeah.
I would have put like another small minefield there, just to make it so Blue 4 can't just push round up north and do a two-pronged attack. But they've just been given so much room to work with that why would they go anywhere else?
Yeah, no, I get that.
But I am not a commander. I beat Pierce once, and that was my claim to fame.
Natty, thanks for the 41 months resub, buddy.
It's
Happy
my
birthday
today. Technically tomorrow for useful folks.
What would you do?
Nonetheless, thanks for the 41-month resub at Tier 3. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'm going to be honest, reading the map, I wouldn't fully trust the northern route because of its elevation. I would be fearful, even though we can look on the third-person cam and see that it is blocked by the tree line, I wouldn't trust it on the map alone. based on the elevation. So I would definitely use the route Blue 4 is using, but I would also have a few groups coming from the south, at least one squad's worth. And then we could pincer that trench line in front of the minefield on the western side and then just envelop the actual sector and take everything there.
So I think what Blue 4 are lucky with right now is Red 4 haven't pushed their units further out than they have.
Well, they don't want to risk it because they can, if they push the units too far out, then what if they're Ron and Blue 4 comes in from a different length?
Yeah, obviously, but that's why they've got Scandi up in the north, the northeast, and if they've obviously got people on each side to protect, you know, and I think having doing that, but Jesus Christ, I forgot how to speak English for a second.
Hi, Daddy.
So you have the guys on the western side.
Tropic.
I think it would have been safer for them to push out just to the edge of where this foresty bit gets much tighter. Just as a force, not to engage or anything. Maybe in line with the southern squad just outside the minefield. Or maybe just a little closer than that, because you have Scandi in the northeast who are pushing out, who'd be able to find somewhat, like, you know, they'd be able to find them, and then you have enough time to just reroute yourself back to the terminal or stick in your position and wait for the second, like another. Obviously, we can see everything that's going on. They're only attacking from one vector, but I think catching them out in this thin bit would be really good for Red 4, even just with nades. But I think they're just going to be enveloped.
Well, I mean, thin is relative here because it's still a 300-meter stretch of land. And again, that for Op4 to capitalize on it, they would need at least a squad or two.
It's another thing that happened last week. I would have put Scandi Recon on the western side rather than the eastern. I know why they put them on the eastern side. It's a lot more, you know, it's a lot more covered, and you know, it's actually not. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not the commander.
I don't know. Again, this is one of those really tough AOs for the defender because they're just really good routes for any side to be utilized. FNF usually splits up their forces and will have one squad come from one way, one squad come from the other. But when you actually have a commander keep everything together, which Depso does from time to time.
Yeah, Depso likes to keep things together.
The only way to beat an offensive like this is to get infantry on their flanker rear and then harass them. And we saw an example of that last week, but here I'm not sure we're going to be able to see such an effect. But there might be opportunities, but we'll see.
I think it's interesting that Red 4 decided to fire off a couple of, what are they called?
Hunt tires.
Hunt tires at the start, because they're not going to really achieve anything, because of how high the like the hill inclines.
Well, you gotta remember, it's a click and a half of render range, so that'll actually let them see towards the Blue 4 spawns. Yeah. So
yeah, sorry, I'm just used to having anti-IRs that do like 800 meters.
Yeah, no, let me re-look at the mission. Yeah, it's a click and a half, so they can use that to quickly see where Blue 4 is coming in from.
Look at this anti-IR above.
Yeah, and you got one right above Blue 4 now, so, I mean, from above, you should be able to pick out some movement here in various spots. So Hunt IR is a great thing to utilize, and then they got to quickly move forces around. So we'll see how quickly Op4 folds forces over to try to deal with this if they think that this is going to be a combined attack. Anyway, Tropic, thanks for the 33-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Plus for Red 4.
Op4 firing, that is from the trench line down on Blue 4 Alpha's position. That is making Pingus pull away.
As I say, he gets shot in the legs and walks to the wrong side of the tower.
Just with the overwhelming amount of firepower that we're going to start seeing here, Op4 is going to have to pull its forces around, but the only way they're going to get anything is...
Oh my God.
I saw that, yeah. We're at an uncon mark.
Kabooby directly from that... what was that?
His face did indeed go kabooby there. Funny enough, though, our first KIA is Blue 4 Ground Command, Depso. Ain't that something?
Was that Rat? Because Rat is... marksman. Yeah, it was. Rat has got the first kill, and it was Blue 4 command. That's horrible.
Depso must be kicking himself, but yeah, I mean, that's what marksmen are for. It's for picking off officers.
But he's got Nasser as his second, who's also a very, very good commander.
And then Lolo has a 3 IC as well, so there are people to step up and take charge. But, I mean, this is also a pretty foolproof plan. Just walk through forest, get to objective, take objective. You got Scandi Recon now coming around on the northern side. It's going to take them a few moments to get there, but Delta forming a blocking position. So this is going to give time for Op4 to set up their positioning here. Rat gets knocked on con. I assume he was trying to run to the Hesco and he got shot in the back.
This is why I think that tower is like one of the worst. Obviously, he's going to wake up because it was long-range shots and all that. RPG goes out.
RPG, whoa, okay. Ooh, goes through quite a few Blue 4 groups there. I thought I was going to hit.
I probably heard that. All panic.
Yes, Dev, so you died. You were the first one to get sniped. Medium machine gunners opening up. That knocks out Sweet here.
Look, you can see Scandi Recon are hugging the north and make their way around.
Another Blue 4 guy gets knocked out. That's Bestafar.
Marlon being left behind, considering he is Zeus, he has to deal with Zeus issues. Wait, no way is that who I think it is. Okay, no, it's not.
Iqbal also on a kill because Robino, the squad leader for Charlie Warner, I guess the team leader, is down. But
Alpha Blue 4 have decided no, yes. Are they not going to swing around south? No, they're not. They were going to swing around south.
Wait, oh my god. No, they're skirting the minefield.
They're very confused. Well, initially they were just running straight south.
Yeah, I think they forgot that the minefield was there. Yep.
I guess I have.
So one thing I've noticed Op4 doing with their medium machine gunners is they've dug a few foxholes so they could bipod their weapons. And they're literally just killing anyone that skylines, or at least knocking them out.
He's gotten 2 really good downs there. He's got Ukraine, you see, who's just gone down there, and he had Kabubi face with that GL earlier. So from this one position, this Jerry is you know, doing some damage.
Norris, meanwhile, our first Op4 death, he was trying to hide in a tree, but I guess the tree was a little too low, and Blue 4 were able to spot him and pick him off.
We'll have to see how Scandi Recon handle this northern attack here. Because Charlie 2 pushed all the way up.
I'm a bit worried because based off of their angle, they're going to more than likely end up in a head-on attack with Charlie. However, Charlie's already getting suppressed by long-range Op4 shots, but they are pushing through.
You have Enero, who's actually in a really nice position here. He's obviously going to have Charlie come from the north unless...
Take some Bezos money and get yourself five.
Thanks, Az. I appreciate it. Thanks for the 40-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. And I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
To be fair, if Charlie can get a foothold of here, this is perfect GLing range, just into the... into the objective.
Well, I'd say they need to close maybe another 100 meters or so closer, and then they'll get accurate GL range, but we'll see. I think based off of where Blue 4 Charlie 2 is folding down, they'll end up in a position that's perfectly flankable for Op 4 Charlie to hit them, and then sweep left to right. Nosh, buddy, thanks for the 5-month resub.
5.
Well, it's unmade, obviously.
5 indeed.
Jerry just down here taking pot shots.
Hope keep enjoying the apps. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Is still down, so I don't think he'll be waking up anytime soon.
Soy Boy also down, but he would only be the second KIA for Op 4. Blue 4, we still have Robinino and Depso dead. So we'll see. Ukrainic, as you said, hasn't woken back up. Probably won't be picked up at this rate.
Mick Deed also down. Blue 4 at the moment, I think are just like firing through the trees and hopefully getting something. Red 4, I think are getting all hit. Actually, here we go. Here comes Charlie.
Another Red 4 guy just got picked off.
Red 4 about to infill Charlie 2, Blue 4.
We just had an RI get killed off as well.
Yeah, you have Nemesis who's holding the flank, but they're moving in mostly in line formation, which I think will work out best for them. They do have to remember they're going to be fine.
No, Manhoney, I gotta put those away.
Remember that they can't step into the minefield.
RPG's coming up to Blue 4 Charlie. Definitely going to be dragging their attention away.
I guess you just would. Just fire RPGs at this point.
Yeah, so Blue 4 are trying to utilize the ridge to fire into the objective.
Red 4 are friendly firing at their own Red 4 force.
Not surprised there. Yeah, I see they're firing at cats.
Alpha 1. Who's that? Charlotte. Oh. You have Cats, I think, about to get into a 1v1 with someone.
Oh, it's an SVD fight and Brixie wins it.
Brixie's now, his main job is just to call out. There's a...
Blue 4 is now flanking north because Op 4 went through an open field. Oh, that's not good. Return fire from Flying Finn as Blue 4 is moving in.
Now they're running into the minefield. I'm yet to spot an IED in this northern minefield, to be fair.
Yeah, I checked. There are a few in here.
Oh, there are, okay.
Grenade knocks out Nemesis. I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking real good for Scandi today.
It's really not. You got Yanni coming up to Brixby.
They're caught in the middle of an open field and just getting picked off at this point. And then they're also getting friendly fired on the rear.
And Brixby goes down to Yanni, but you've got Zixme who's pushing up here, pops a nade out. Oh no, it's a thermite nade. Why would you ever take thermite nades? I'd take normal nades.
Urban CQC are great, or thermite nades are great in urban CQC, but in these open fields, there's honestly very little point to bringing them unless you're expecting to do breaching.
Yeah, Zixi might be caught out here by, I can't see who this is in the tree, but they've got an RPK. But Charlie...
Cullis in a good spot with the RPK, but it's about to get spotted by Zixme, and Zixme takes him out.
So I noticed Nemesis woke back up, got a kill, and then died.
Yep.
Finn also now...
Puma about to walk right onto Stein.
Oh.
And there's the mag dump.
I don't know what their whole open field choice was by Scandi here. I understand why they thought it would be a good idea. They wanted to use up Charlie.
Explosives satchel going off on the northern side. That was Zixme throwing off a charge.
Yeah, I think that the idea of that was, yeah.
You know, it was a repeat off of last week because Scandi did a massive outflank play, but the difference was
friendly fire.
There's a bit of friendly fire that forced Scandi into a bad position, and then Scandi was trying to do a flank around, but they ended up exposing themselves to both friendly fire as well as the enemy just took the ridge and started firing down on them. So you see them now pulling back because they don't want to get pinned on this position, but they also basically hit an enemy from the front that was already engaging forces to its front, so that kind of gave them away.
Charlie also did like just a little maneuver that I think helped them massively. They pulled back as soon as Scandi started engaging them, so they couldn't be attacked from the side. They had the tree line to their front. Obviously, they're taking fire from you know, the main objective, but it's not accurate, and it's not, you know, it's sustained, but it's not accurate. And Scandi in this position were much more of a threat, so they pulled back.
Real quick, Pierce's group, someone just threw a grenade into a crater and got 2 knockouts.
Beautiful.
They're waking back up. That was a beautiful throw.
Did he get 1 kill, maybe?
He was already dead when I checked.
Oh, okay. You've still got Jerry and Ryan down here. Whoa. He's on 5 kills.
Ooh.
Jerry still has none. I'm guessing Ukrainians
trying to throw.
No, he didn't. Oh, he did die back there, but for some reason it didn't get it.
Iqbal trying to run, but he's taking grenade fire.
Nade goes out. He's damaged 21.
That was pretty good. I assume Iqbal just woke back up, only to get knocked out again.
With the long range optics, obviously this could still go for quite a while, but I thought this would be a lot longer. But it seemingly has gone much quicker. It's gone quicker
We might see Bates get some pretty good positioning kills here. He opts to throw a grenade. And it does get a knockout on a guy behind the trench. Looks like Pupper's lagging.
Oh, Pupper is about to crash.
Yep.
I think Pupper's body actually saved the guy in the tree there from being killed by that nade.
Funny enough. Oh, and then a single pick-off from Nolik.
Yep.
Attrition-wise, though, these smaller fights are certainly draining Blue 4's resources, so...
They've got the I think the worst one is it Assassination, sector, and terminal.
And terminal, yeah.
Yeah. The longer Charlie and Delta stay up there and leave Bravo to fight on their own, the harder it's going to end up being.
Yeah. But OPFOR is running out of picket forces, too, so...
Yeah.
But looking at the casualty list, I mean... Both sides have taken a pretty significant amount, though, so it could still really swing either way here.
Yeah, I do think Red 4 are a little worse off. Actually, no, I think, looking at it now, if I would make a call, I think Red 4 would win it. But again, you're right, it's too close to definite call. Either side.
So you got Standy still on the flank, but they're slowly getting picked off. Blue 4 have a pretty big group on the northern side. I still could see sweeping, but OPFOR got a pretty solid defensive group, and with that southern group pushing in first, that could cause an issue. And then you got the assassin target marked in the back, so...
The remnants of Scandi Recon just taking pot shots now at the neighbors of Charlie. So again, it's something if Charlie and Dallas decide to stay up here, and there's Bravo and all the other forward forces are just going to take some time.
So the thing about this type of assault, though, is you see that Delta and Charlie for Blue 4 are taking a lot of picket fire from the actual defensive line, because when you actually look at them scoping in, they're kind of stuck up there and actually pretty easy to spot. And now that they're trying to move forward, there's still a few flankers on the east, so if they try to move forward, they'll take shots, and we just did see a knockout. That was Killer getting hit. So they're kind of in a tough spot up here, so... They've got time to make a decision, though, because Bravo for Blue 4 is also pinned, but they were able to deal with most of the defenders that were shooting at them. So it's a bit of a stagnation right now, as both sides are just trying to regroup or decide what to do here.
I'm looking down on the western fortifications of that. I think original the Bravo group was. Jerry has been killed, but it's down to a two-man group with Blue 4, and it's just Rat here, who has got 5 kills. He's been very, very effective with that SVD. But I think if Blue 4 are able to kill Rat here, they'll have an opening to break through to the further lines. But just because you have 1WR now,
right?
They're making progress. They've stayed mostly still, but now Red 4 Bravo are mostly dead, and now Charlie and Delta Blue 4 are finally making their way down.
Rat predicted 2 Blue 4 running up. And I guess he was using that grenade to kind of stall, and he's now run behind a bit of a ridge here.
Yeah.
So that was a good call.
Commander.
But yeah, Blue 4 have gotten down. Lolo, though, is now firing at him from the north.
Do you think Red 4 just have to, like, maybe leave a couple people in the trees like they have, but consolidate their forces back to their main objective? Because... Would you say Blue 4 have more alive at this point than Red 4?
Yeah, at this point. All right, so Rat and Longt have run into this trench. They were taking fire from Lolo. Both of them were able to hit each other.
Ooh, look at Zixme's position. He's Charlie 2, Blue 4.
Yeah, he's trying to pick people off all the way in the radar site down there. It's a decent position, but can he hit anything?
Oh, I don't think he necessarily... I think... Well, the shooting's mostly stopped.
You see there's explosive satchels equipped.
The Red 4 become complacent and just stand still. Is that GL or is that a... Yeah, you've got Hunt IR going up.
So Blue 4 are starting to regroup into one large wave to push in, but...
No, there go the smokes.
We'll just have to see how close on target they can get. But now that they're within, you know, under a few hundred meters with each other, you'll probably see a lot more effectiveness with the scoped shots.
Ooh, I just noticed Rat has gone down.
Yep, Rat's down. Lance is trying to cover the trench.
Yeah, you have Games Kropka, who now spots. Does any of them have a GL? There, he has that. Oh, he does.
Long just got shot.
Games Kropka taken out from the top of the bow tower. I was about to say that he should just put his HGTP into that.
Seen other GLs firing here. It's flare rounds.
Yeah, I think a lot of, because as team leaders, you come with a GL, but you get like 3, so you use them pretty quickly, and then you just run out.
Yeah, you got to be very tactical with the placement. Zixme firing more shots. I think he actually got a hit on Swola there, yeah.
Oh, look, Swallow's actually in a position where he can constantly be hit. If he just goes down a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. It's nice from Zixme. How far is that? That is 800 meters.
800 meters, but you got Op4 now coming around to check on him, because they might also find NASA up there too.
Well, to be fair, from company command going down in the first, 5 minutes of this game to, I can only imagine NASA must have taken command. Tackleberry fires an RPG out, then gets spotted. Yeah, so this is what I mean. Red 4 are licking their wounds, but they're not taking appropriate cover, and that's why he is just able to pick people off like he's doing to Alpha 2 right now. There's 3 shots into Alpha 2. The unlucky thing is that he's firing from such a long range that the shots are going to be mostly,
Yeah, ineffective, and only wound, not kill.
But what it does is it takes an extra head down to heal.
Blue 4, meanwhile, charging the northern side of the compound to breach in. Op 4's reconsolidated around the objective areas to the south. But I'm not sure Op 4 is going to have the infantry manpower to cover from this Blue 4 advance unless we see the 2 people doing the counterattack be effective. That's risky to do, but they might be able to get away with a few extra kills. But Blue 4 is really spaced out here, so it could really go anywhere.
The remaining force is just in the trees. I think they need some maneuvering forward in order to just maybe get some pick up. But they are being shot at the moment as I say that. So.
And I'm looking back. One of those 2 Op 4 got picked off. Ron is now hiding under a tree, but looks like Blue 4 spotted them and are trying to take him out. So that's tough. Looks like Zixme got sniped off, but you got NASA firing at Scandi Recon, so they were able to get that kill. Harana having their position hit. That's unfortunate.
Ooh, who did he take out there? Was it Marlon or was it... Yeah, oh no, it's Yanni. Oh yeah. So Yanni has just been killed by NASA. It's Marlon is on 2, so he must have been the one who killed Zixme and another unfortunate soul. So it's just NASA and Marlon up here now. But I don't think it really matters too much to Blue 4, considering they've already made, entry into the main side of the objective. But now they do have this really annoying sort of tight space. I mean, yeah, no, I can't see past Blue 4.
Unless we see Op 4 get a multi-kill here, yeah. I don't think Op 4 has a good shot. We could still see that with Blue 4 advancing in these open areas. I mean, the point man just gets picked off by an Op 4 defender. That was Lolo, yep.
Oh, he decides to climb and gets punished for it. Don't know why you'd throw a thermite grenade down. That was Blue 4. You have a small Blue 4 force moving here on the west now.
Right.
And just a few stragglers, so... I mean, Company HQ has just decided to run. I don't know if he's being live pinged on the map.
He is.
Oh, well, there you go. Then if I'm command at this point, I'm running. I'm just running south.
Oh, yeah, right. Just stay on the edge of the zone. Extend the op as long as you can.
Run into the middle of the minefield and hope.
Call it a day.
Yeah, lay down. Build some trenches around you.
Swede throws an explosive satchel overhead that blows the radio.
Oh. I think, is that another one on the ground? No, that's a... Here he comes. Is he going to throw another charge?
I would.
They blocked the door off, but they've also blocked the... Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, beep, yeah, Lolo's. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I think it's going to get them both. Oh, shit. Nope.
Spoke too soon. Oh, there's another one. Just, oh, there's another one who it was from a red
Op4 just threw one. That's an explosive charge, though, not a satchel.
Yeah. Charlie's hiding in the radio tower.
And Lolo survived it. I guess the Hesco helped shape the charge. Normally, you do not see people survive satchels like that, so that's a very rare sight.
Oh,
and he then gets shot to shit. Anyway.
Lolo's running away now.
Wait, Lolo survived. Oh, the other guy got shot. Interesting. Mountain's literally beelining it to where the final VIP is. Piranha's on a second kill, by the way. The only Op4 still on the outside of the base on Blue 4's side.
Someone just got a
really Blue 4 bandaging a body.
Got a really nice pick off her.
I think Charlotte just got shot to smithereens there. Yeah.
He took like 3 shots at these guys and then just got lit up by Pierce and the rest of his crew. I think it was Nuzzy that got the kill.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
But if I'm Charlie 1 or Blue 4, I'm taking these AKs over the TRG.
Time grenades going in. Decent airburst.
They don't actually. They have to be careful because Swede is you know, Swede is there.
I don't think they're coordinating at that level at this point.
Probably not. Ooh. Swallow almost gets caught on the move.
Well, I hope Swallow doesn't swallow the bullets, though his name is Swola.
Yeah, I can say. They just blew Swede up, friendly fire style. With a HED pit. That was mean.
That was an AT4 right into his face, but that had to be a Blue 4 launcher.
It was a Blue 4 launcher. Blue 4 friendly fire.
Amazing.
Swallow getting shot at on the outskirts because he tried to go round but got caught. Pops the smoke at his feet.
Sector being taken.
Pierce. Oh, it's Pierce. Pierce is the one, he's got -1 kill.
Oh my god, and Lolo gets headshotted. Pierce with minus, yeah, so I guess he did take it.
Yeah.
Thermite's being thrown in.
Oh, is that in there? I know Hana has decided to come around the other side now. It's on 4 kills.
Yep. Yeah, so that means Hirana was able to get the 2 in that trench back there and is now trying to come back, but again, the number... we could still see Op4 bounce back here. My money is on Hirana getting red on redded.
Liru.
Yep.
You do know it's Hana, right?
Alright, so Blue 4 and Op4 just lost 1 each there. Harna on kill number 5 going into that trench, and I guess we'll just see them hold now at this point.
Blue 4 the pillbox.
Swola trying to hold this little Hesco.
Ooh,
hey, Ghost Wolf, how you doing?
Did Alexander see the Blue 4 in here? I think, no? Yeah, I think he did.
Gets the kill, folds in only to get killed by someone else. Could still wake back up, but that's an ouch.
Look, if you're not any red at this point, just run
the hell?
towards Company HQ.
Yeah, Blue 4 start chasing Company HQ. Okay, no, that Alexander did wake up. So there's Sector 1 taken.
Oh my god, Swallow just threw a grenade into the pillbox. Luckily, it went in between the door, I think.
Yep, so the door blocked the explosion. Nuzzy has an RPK moving around.
To be fair, Red 4 has the, like, you know, if they can hold the terminal for like as long as they can.
Yep. 2 OPFOR just got chewed the hell up.
Destroyed.
Yep. Now it's just up to Hirana and Bangs. Hirana got most of those kills from flanking around, though, so direct assault might not be viable. OPFOR have 3, 4, 5, 7 still up. Blue 4 have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up. So it's still rather close. Oh, what was that? Hirana wasn't looking at the trench, and Nuzzy just got up and shot them to shit.
You've actually got Banks in a really nice position here. I couldn't find him originally.
Yeah, no, Banks is in a pretty good spot there hiding. It's just, if anyone notices... I mean, he's actually pretty well camoed from a distance.
I'm saying, I couldn't see it if he stops moving so much. Also, I'm fairly certain Pierce just airburst himself.
Is he dead?
No, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Does Pierce realise where he is? I don't think he does.
No, he's popping a nade over.
It's not going to do anything to him.
The trench is eating the bullets at the angle.
But they literally have no clue where he is. Banks, stop hard focusing that guy. Look around. Nuzzy's coming around the side. Banks doesn't notice him at all. He will notice him if he does. Oh.
Banks definitely just saw him. Great kill.
He saw his position. So beautiful.
This honestly is a very nice spot.
He actually, he does. He blends in perfectly.
I'm watching Pierce's POV. He's looking around going, where the hell is he? He's doing a quick bit of medical.
Yeah.
He's looking.
Well, he's wondering why Nuzzy's gone quiet. They probably think he's behind it or like behind the terminal. So they're
oh, I think he just saw him. Yeah, he just saw him moving around and just got the kill. Oh my god.
Well, you don't move around when you're in those sort of because the white is the only
it gives
thing
you
that's
away.
Away.
Yep.
Yeah. But 15 minutes, Company HQ can just run, and it looks like that's what he's doing.
Oh my, yes! Free Willy!
And they've got this red 4-4s just to block for as long as they can.
That's amazing. They're gonna win by a time stall. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, there's no way they catch up to him because if he gets far enough, then what are they gonna do? You just all you have to do is send like. Oh, Vagrant's here. Vagrant is alive. Vagrant has died. Vagrant came back from the dead to immediately die and disappear. Look at Blue 4, they're still being careful. Which I get, but you don't have time to be careful. Oh, and Delta are friendly firing.
Watching Nafs here, looking in the open field. He might be able to spot a few people running by.
Duitson might not make it out. Okay, he's gonna make it out. No, he doesn't. Duitson didn't make it out.
Sir, you didn't need to caster curse him like that, sir.
I didn't caster curse him. He just wouldn't move. That was his own fault.
Explosions don't kill people.
They're now down to 5, sorry.
Oh god, Nafs. Nafs, your tunnel vision's too hard.
Oh, it's Marlon as well. Run, Marlon. No, Zoni.
That's Zoni.
Where's Marlon gone? Oh, they've all decided to turn and run. Oh, actually, no, you still got one in the tower. Yeah, you've still got a marksman in the tower, Mac Marine. Then you've got Zoni, who managed to just survive Nafs. But this is just, you just use these two as a blocking force. Incredible. This is incredible. This is what I want to see when I
Free Willy.
When I come to watch FNF.
Mac gets one tap by Naps.
Damn. Still alive, though. And Zoni has decided it is not worth it. And I've got Halo music playing in the background, which makes this even more beautiful. All we need now is all of Red 4 to die, and then have you played Halo Reach?
Yes.
You know, the very final
The last stand.
Yeah, the last stand. Mission objective to survive.
I'd love to see melee weapons in FNF one day.
Don't.
That would be so cancerous.
I think I tried to convince Marlon that one time. I might be able to do it now. But they did just actually, I don't know if you saw, but FNF have just announced their Vietnam event is coming back in March. So,
Nass is, I think, about to snipe someone.
But Mac hears this.
Mac gets the revenge kill.
Beautiful.
After getting knocked out. That's funny. Mac is red 4. Naps was on blue 4. It's now 4-5, but Op 4 have a kilometer head start.
Corvac, just keep running. Don't stop.
I think it's game over.
I think it's game over. They've got 11 minutes, and if Korvac just continues to run, which he might not in like the good faith of the game, but I also, if I was Korvac, I would just be sprinting south at this point.
To the edge of the map, and then just hug the border.
He's actually making his way back towards. And Delta have actually got a pretty good idea here to come round rather than directly at, and they're they're on a collision course.
I'd be moving a route and then have Op 4 set up an ambush to take out any Blue 4 that would then follow. That would be the main goal. And we see Zoni sighting 2 Blue 4 guys out here.
Well, that's kind of what they've done, but obviously Delta are completely unknown to them. Delta Blue 4, that is. So they probably think they're just going to come straight up to where they are now, where Bravo are going. But Delta Blue 4 are on a direct collision course with Korvac right now. Mac Marine puts his gun on his back, decides to... Yeah, so I think at the moment it's just that they're reporting to Korvac where they are.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there's no point in shooting. But, as I said before, Korvac has decided to move west and is moving straight towards Blue 4 Delta.
Yep.
So this could just end horribly for Red 4.
They're checking the map and seeing that the marker's moving towards them.
Just a reminder for anyone who doesn't understand FNF assassination missions: if Red 4 leaves their little Red 4 commander leaves their little central bit, they are constantly marked from the map.
Mac Marine takes a shot. Blue 4 just holds.
Epic. And they lay down. Mac Marine is hitting the Hescos is the only issue at the moment. Pierce realizes. And Pierce has found his open field, Liru.
Oh no.
He did it. Was that a smoke? It was a
I was about to say, it better be a smoke.
Oh no.
Ah, Pierce's battle buddy gets sniped in the back of the head. I'm going to rule that as a suicide.
Oh no. Look at Blue 4 Delta.
Oh god, they're literally triple timing towards him.
Has he got GLs?
I hope he has a GL ready. That would be a really funny kill.
It's his personal bodyguard. You got Goose as Korvac's personal bodyguard here. Come on. One well-timed GL. What are you doing?
I think he was checking the map.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're still gonna try go round to make sure they catch him close as possible. And Pierce goes down to Charlie 1, Red 4, but it doesn't matter because this Blue 4 has just completely moved round. Or they're gonna realise they're sitting still now. So we've got Toma and Tom. Oh, it's Toma and Tom!
Tom and Tomer. Unfortunately, Tom Est was killed off earlier.
Yeah, Tom Est is dead. This is revenge.
Seven minutes. I mean, they still have time to do the maneuver, and I think they've figured out that Op4 is held on this spot.
Oh my god. This has been like the greatest move from Red 4 to now being quite possibly the worst move ever. They're going to crawl up.
I think they're waiting for stamina to regen, and then they'll move.
Oh, yeah. They got 5 minutes, and...
6 minutes.
Red 4 are just looking at the other Red 4 side, like Magmarine, Marlin, and Zoni are just checking around. And they'll never make it to him in time, and here we go.
Tomer, you have all day. Do not rush this shot.
Hey, do you think we should turn around? No, I don't think we need to.
They rushed the shot. What are they doing? What? What? Kills the other guy. Choke! Choke! Choke!
Oh, Liru,
choke!
Liru,
choke!
Liru, as the casters, we're meant to be civil. Oh no, I feel so bad for him.
I don't know what just happened.
I feel so bad. The game obviously isn't going to end because it doesn't realize they're going to have to do it manually. Unless for some reason, actually no. For some
Hit the
reason
contact staff button and just tell them it's game over.
I have a contact staff button. It's called Message Marlon personally. I can't believe I've just...
I got nothing. All right, Dream, you gonna cover this round?
Yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna sit up here because I don't like going into the early event because they're too loud. But yes, I will be playing.
Jumo. All right, let me get my stuff set up.
How do you think that went then, Liru? Oh yeah, you've got to get your stuff set up.
I mean, it was pretty balanced, all things considered.
How did you think that went, chat? What about you? Do you think that was a great round?
It happened.
It happened. That's the best way to explain it. It's a round of FNF, and it happened.
All right, let's see. Grid 4 attacking. Ooh, I need to have some coffee before DayZ tonight. That's for damn sure. Green 4 is attacking to blue 4. Sectors. Okay. A terminal.
Best round.
Site.
No, killing Al. Don't give Korvac that.
4%.
He didn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve praise for that. You ran away.
BMP2 BTR80 Alpha. BTR80A. And I think that's
and
it.
waddle away, waddle, waddle.
While Blue 4 has an AH6 Little Bird.
Hey, the man got me a win, so I'll praise him. He doesn't deserve it.
An LAV 25. And what is that? A M1 M1239. UV. All right, cool. All right. Sorry, I was getting my new command set. And hey, you know, a win is a win.
True. Yeah, a win is a win.
You're just saying that because of your commanding thing the other day. I mean, that one really just came down to the PvP.
Yeah.
And some of the decisions made.
You're right, they rushed those shots at the end there.
Yeah. And it sucked because they had all day. They should have opened with a grenade and even moved a little bit closer.
They should have just gone closer. They should. I think they Korvac and his other guy was way too tunnel visioned on what was, you know, downrange rather than what was around them. So I think you probably just could have moved slowly towards them. But it isn't a fault on anyone's side. Everyone misses those shots. So you know.
Yeah, we're going to go into round 2. I'm not going to do round 3, though, because I'm going to run out of storage space, and I need to edit videos. But, yep, Dream will, so I'll just shoot him a raid, and we'll be back for DayZ at, like, 9:30 or 10. Alright, so it looks like they're slotting now, Dream, so if you want to jump, feel free. Otherwise, I will be up here.
Fuck.
Yeah, you might want to go slot up, Rusky.
They took them. Okay, no, got a machine gun slot.
That's what I told you.
I've got the A.
Alright, go have fun.
Look at it. No, they told me to leave the slot.
I'm gonna go up to solo, okay?
Yeah.
Have a good one. Alright. Dream go medic. Oh my god. How late am I playing a stream, DayZ? Again, 9:30-esque, probably for at least an hour, if not 2. And we'll have the dono thing up. I'm probably going to have to push POG PFP again, just because I've been dragging my feet on the documentation. Again, I've been having to pick and choose what I do, but at least we got the boxes sorted. So that's the only major project. And I also have been trying to set up the gate mission. I wanted to do it this weekend, but I'm probably just going to run it next weekend as well, because this weekend we've got other stuff as well. But I'm trying to think. Next Saturday, I'm not going to be here because I'm going to have the Saturday off, so we'll have to run stuff Sunday. So, we'll figure it out. So for this round, we have 2 autocannon Vics on Green 4's side, a BMP-2D. The 2D variant is not amphibious, but it's more heavily armored. And then you got the 80 Alpha, which is... It's got the autocannon, sure, but it's also very easy to destroy. I mean, the M2s can easily take it out. And then on Blue 4, you got the LAV-25, which is, in my opinion, is the most armored vehicle, other than the BMP-2, but the LAV does have a bit of a... I don't want to say it's a weird hitbox, rather it's a little more specific on where you have to hit it to actually disable it compared to the BMP-2. And then the 1239, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've completely forgotten what type of vehicle that is. I think that might be a Striker, but I could be wrong. But it has a Crow system. And I'm going to be honest, I would love to gun that Crow system, because the Crow system is It's a giant sniper rifle. It's the SOCOM truck? Gotcha. Wait, how can it be the SOCOM truck? It can't be the SOCOM Humvee, because the SOCOM Humvee, it doesn't have a crow built in. So is it just a regular Humvee with the 50 cal? Either way, I mean, that's probably the most dangerous asset on the field, because you can auto-range that bitch. It's the SOCOM truck, not Humvee. Okay. We'll see how that goes. And then the 1240, I believe, is an MRAP, but it's probably going to be unarmed, so we'll just have to see how that goes. And then we'll put the prediction up when we get to the map. But how's everyone's Friday, regardless? I mean, we've had a pretty interesting Friday to start, but we'll just have to see how it keeps going. I gotta start that little batch of homebrew with the little honey thing and figure out how to heat that up, but I want to get that going to try out that yeast. It just meads take, you know, a few months to get right, because you gotta let it age and you gotta let it ferment. But I'm excited to do that. Doing dwarf things. Dwarf, are you happy that there's now a dwarf tag on Steam? How much does that affect you? Alright. Modding? Really, Everick? I would have never guessed. I thought you'd be, like, out fishing or, you know, taking a walk, but Everick, the Soul 3 CB dev, modding, God, that's like me doing, Arma work. That's the most obvious answer, right? I think they already had an elf tag, which is why the dwarves then wanted a dwarf tag. LAVAT work? Nice. Currently working your shift? Righto, owl. Does it involve you being an owl and killing rodents? You're a mice hunter, aren't you? You're an exterminator. That's it. I knew it. Ham saying, insanely fun, infuriating overall average Friday. The unboxing was good. Got a bit tipsy today. Nice. Still in a bit of pain. Ghost Wolf, I hope you're doing okay, man. And Zero's working on server dev for himself. Fair enough. Freak has the day off. Bloodwing, I know she applied for an extended work week so she could work a few extra hours today because she had long shifts because her company is TLDR working with a new system that completely slowed everything down, so she had to help a bunch of people, but she's literally passed the hell out upstairs. I think after that, and she has classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well, so she had to do a last-minute presentation on Thursday, because apparently she showed up to class, and the professor was like, oh yeah, so we're going to do lecture for the first half, and then your presentations for the second half. And she just looked at her team members and went, we have a presentation? They all went like, we have a presentation? I don't know. So for because it's a 3-hour class, because it's night classes. So for the first 90 minutes, they literally made their presentation, and then they apparently killed it in the second half. And some of the other students that noticed that they were doing it last minute were kind of mad at them because they killed it so well. They're like, bro, how do you do that? But, yeah, Bloodwing, when she puts her mind to something, she's very scary. But unfortunately, she's very quick to overextend herself. And once she does, she will probably sleep for the entirety of today. Other than the few hours she worked in the morning, I made her chocolate chip pancakes. But right after I did the unboxing, I went up to check on her, and I ended up just cuddling and napping with her until FNF started, which is why I started a little tired in the stream to wake myself up, and then, you know, she also has D&D later tonight, so I gotta make sure I wake her up before that, but, whoa. Gotcha, Owl, gotcha. But yeah, the unboxing was fun, but I've just been either sleeping or making her breakfast, cleaning stuff in the kitchen, doing some chores, managing a hydroponic system because we have new seedlings growing in it. I replanted a few things because the seeds just weren't working properly. I did some maintenance in my little greenhouse, checked on my home brews, make sure everything was fermenting right, nothing leaked over, organized everything for the unboxing and blacked out names and addresses to make sure nothing would get doxed. Cleaned up my desk a little bit, and yeah. That's not a lot, right? That was only done in like 2 or 3 hours worth of time, which actually, now that I think about it, yeah, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, sure, Al. I don't mind that. Otherwise, looking at the AO here, Green 4 has multiple different spawn points here. We've got various crossing points as well. Blue 4 starting off in the middle here. So it looks like the 2 sectors are spaced out, and then we have a terminal site in the actual town of Jumo itself. Looking at natural choke points here, Green 4 is going to be able to kind of come in immediately on this AO. Huh. That's a bit tough, but Blue 4 probably set up some defensive lines on the villages as well. On Sector 2, we'll see if they've got good sight lines for all of that. What did we unbox? A mead-making kit, some honey, and this is all stuff from like 2020 and 2021, mind you. There was a strap-on harness. There's leather work for a custom beak that's also a muzzle. Various small knickknacks. A little mini ant farm, for example. Some candies, some coffee, which I'm actually going to try today to see if that'll wake me up. Some cider from Captain Contractor. A giant purple rubber ducky, some dino sippy cups. An emu statue, which I'm going to be honest, I think was my favorite. Like, in terms of, like, towards the channel, but this is going to make me sound weird, but I also really do like this little beak leather thing. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for, but it's funny. But there's also a freaking holo body pillow cover. And then we don't know who Lizard is. What happened to Lizard? Ah, well. The mysteries in life. Emu cosplay. I should get an emu costume and stream in that, right? When we do our emu war ops, we'll have the camera on, all my balaclava on. We'll just go to town. All right. Anyway, round has begun. Let's go ahead and look at our tasks. So Blue 4 having to defend these 2 sectors and to hold a terminal site. Green 4 having to capture that stuff, but looks like they don't even get a section for it. Nonetheless. Oh, I think it broke for Green 4 staying there. That's kind of funny. Mission details, a kilometer of render distance, fortified points, 150. A little bit above from the 125. Don, thank you for hitting the prediction. Fortified color fortification is going to be green, and then time limit's 50 minutes. Notes, Blue 4 1239 has restricted zoom capabilities. So I'm pretty sure that is the Crow system, so they can't just zoom in with it and one-tap people with that 50 cal. Makes sense. Blue 4, meanwhile, their loadouts are going to be Belgium kits with F2000s or Scar H's. Interesting. Mini-Me's for the 249, or not 249, the light machine gun capability. AT4s for the single-shot disposable AT. F2000s, I'm saying 200, yeah. They're F2000 systems, my bad. With GLs, and then, wow, more weaponry. P90s, cool. But we also have the FN mag for the medium machine gun, and then the Carl Gustav for the MAT. So, alright, so this is a SOCOM car with the little flatbed on the back. Oh, right. That is the terminal site. It's a vehicle that they're going to have to snipe and then interact with the terminal. So this is mobile. It is a mobile terminal site with a Crow system built into it. That is... I'm going to be honest, that's probably the most overpowered thing ever. Your position's constantly marked, but you have a Crow system to defend yourself. That's pretty base, not going to lie. All right. Looking at the rest of our loadout here, we have the LAV-25, and then we have an AH-6 Little Bird. I'll check its loadout in a second. Just designator batteries and a lot of designator batteries. All right. They got 3,000 rounds on M134, and then they've got, looks like chafe. Green 4, meanwhile, their kits are going to be Insurgent kits with AK-74s, M76s, a Stinger AK-74Us, RPG-32, GPMG. Yeah, no, I think that's the FN mag, actually. GPMG is British, but usually for RHS, it's just the FN mag. RPG-7s, PKMs. So that means their auto riflemen get the PKMs, and the medium machine gunners get the FN Mags. Interesting. So basically it's all medium machine guns for their machine gunners. And we got the BTR-80 Alpha and then the BMD-2. All right. Looking at the roster here, that's the most important part. Swede is going to be commanding Blue 4. Audie's going to be leading Alpha with Games, Karupa, Pingus, Albacu, Ukrainiak, and Leziak. Bravo has Swola leading, but he's only taking the 2 IC slot for the GL. Tackleberry being the marksman. Marksman rifle is going to be the Scar H with a scope on it, so just a 7.62 battle rifle. Eric Hiru being the medic. Bravo 1 has Harana, Banks, and Ash. Bravo 2 has Goose. Pierce leading Charlie. He's merged all Charlie guys. Got Fonz, T, Snodgepair, Nezi, Salt, Nolik, Wikifin, Tony, and Meerkat. Echo has Oddball leading with Brixie being the medium anti-tank gunner. Watts being, I'm assuming, an assistant, same with Duidson, and Mike, who has just formed up with them with the GL. Interesting, because usually Echo is a 4-man team. Golf is going to be Rodrig and Pupper. They're the LAV-25. Kabui facing Zixme, taking the AH-6 Little Bird, and then Delta 2 all the way down here has Robinino, Stein, Lurge, Savan, McDeed, and Bestafar. And then you got Punisher alone in Alpha 1, probably merging with Alpha Actual. Puma leading Green 4 with Inara being the marksman with the M76 on Alpha, Bates leading with the GL, and then Soy Boy being the medic. Alpha 1 has Nielsen leading Iqbal, Zapata, and Autovisky. Alpha 2 has no leadership, it's just Korvac, Zoni, Tomer, and Tom. NASA leading Bravo with Macarine, Pogo, Wombat, Charlotte, Seismo, and Kermit all under him. Bravo 1 also has Timex, Sayak, Cuboid, Lolo, and Huel all under him. Charlie leading Nafs. Charlie 1 has Lant with Kvis, Rat, and Mansa. And then we skip down to Delta being led by Nemesis with Cullison Malin taking the medium machine gun roles. Flying Finn taking another medium machine gun. Rest of Scandi is taking Echo with Yanni leading, Iander being the gunner. Katz being an assistant, Nassel Dream also having a Stinger on top of that. Interesting. He's got a backpack, so he probably has spare ammo there. Vagrant, G-Legs, and Crispy taking the BMP-2. Sam, Lolo, and Alexander taking the BTR-80 Alpha. And they spawn in different positions for those vehicles. Interesting. So they're going to have to be forced to do a north and a south push because of where those vehicle spawns are. Looks like Green 4 is also exploring the rest of their spawn zones here. Taking a look at Sector 1. It's just kind of this open field, including the little heaps of stuff here, as well as this little storage building and this building as well as part of the sector. So a big area, but with that big area, you can always just have a group kind of come in and just chill on the outskirts. So not the easiest to defend. Naturally, I think they mean to choke point this area here because that's where Green 4 can come from, but I mean, that's really tough to do because you have the entirety of the forest to work with. You could put a hard point on it and try to lock the open area down, but with autocannon vehicles that can come up, that's very, very difficult to do. And then you got the other sector, which is tucked away in this little hamlet area here. You do have access to the 2-story building here for a little bit of limited overwatch, but you can't really look over anywhere on the east, and then there's only one window to watch the direct west. People getting on the rooftops here, but that can easily be flanked. And then this second story only looks east there, so well, then you have one window for the north, but again, it's very limited sight lines for the second story coverage of this AO. And then the terminal, I'm assuming that vehicle is mobile, which is really, really cool, but there's only so many places that they can run in Green 4 spawn in on all sides. So we'll see if that terminal tries to drive off, but I don't know. Considering numbers, number-wise, it's actually pretty even, so I automatically default to knowing that Green 4, they've got one extra guy in each vehicle, so that's going to make it a little bit more tough. Blue 4, I want to look at their AH-6 and just verify it's only the M134 minigun pylon. Yep, that is the case. And then you've got the camera and sensor capabilities. But one good autocannon round and those vehicles are toast. But let's go ahead and look at the loadouts for the weaponry. So it's 1,600 rounds for the 50 cal. LAV has 210 rounds across 3 70-round belts for the AP, and then 1,200 rounds for the 7.62 medium machine gun. And then we already got the Little Bird, 3,000 rounds for the M134. The autocannon for the BTR-80 Alpha only has 150 rounds, and then 2,000 rounds for the PKT. It also has a smoke generator. And then the BMP has 160 rounds for the AP autocannon, and then 2,000 rounds for its PKT, as well as a smoke generator as well. But overall, we still have 8 minutes into the round, so we'll just have to wait and see how things go. The only downside to Green 4 is that, you know, we've got one of the autocannon vehicles kind of spawning on its own, but we can see based off of where Green 4 is posturing where they're going to go for first, and we also see based off of posturing where Blue 4 is going to really hold their defensive line. It's just, after Green 4 kind of comes into the first area and gets it, they've got really good ways to get right into the final AO. The only open stretch is gonna be the most difficult part of their advance, but it's also in a bit of the low ground, which Blue 4 can capitalize on, but there's no cover to actually capitalize on it itself. So I don't know, we'll just have to see how things go. I'm gonna be honest, the Blue 4 Vic putting one of these open areas to snipe anything that comes up to it would be a great call, but they risk just getting auto-cannoned off the bat, so Little Bird's probably gonna have to run defensive on it, but we might also just see these guys form up immediately. And we've also got these little entrenched positions here, so that's a bit of a weird call, but I'm going to keep this map scrolled out and just see if there's any other teleports, but you can see where Green 4, again, is really going to focus that assault. So it's going to be a bit of a slow start based off of where Green 4 and Blue 4 are positioning. One second. Just watching here. I'm going to check the symbolism. I don't see anyone mounting on the BTR-80 Alpha except for that vehicle crew. You got to also remember they are amphibious. So we could very well just see them do something really silly and kind of try to swim to neighboring islands and get on Overwatch. I think that's a bit of a funny call to make based off of the fact it's positioned north. Instead, I would rather cross over to here and then cross over to here, and then try to get around to get to Green 4's lines, minimizing my contact into the water as much as I can. But we'll see if they just decide to go north for some silly reason. But there's the 5-minute warning. Wow, this is a 1 million point pool, and it's pretty evenly split, so we'll just have to see how things go. And then we've got the Terminal Vic. That scares me. They're posturing it to the south. They're going to end up driving right into... Maybe they're thinking Green 4 might not be using that. That's a very big risk to make, though. You want to have your AH-6 Little Bird recon that out before you even think about pushing it through. But their logic here is if Green 4 isn't covering that area, they could potentially drive that vehicle all the way to the southern side and completely position it outside of the AO. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a chance Mr. BMP2 is gonna allow for that to happen. But I've seen crazier shit. And it's also a BMP2D model, which means it's very unlikely to get disabled by a 50 cal. Regular BMP2s can. There's a moderate threat against 50 cal fire, but the D model definitely can tank it a bit more. You gotta remember, though, it's also not amphibious. But look at all of Green 4's moved to this one position. Scrolling out to check the others, we have a few that have gone on the northern side, just kind of looking around in the BTR. Again, I don't know why it's facing north, but who knows. Weird calls all around. Three minutes remaining. After that last round and seeing how even the player bases are, I'm not going to lie, it's very difficult for me to predict a winner here. When we add autocannons, that always does add a little bit to, you know, the difference. Usually the Little Bird isn't going to make much of a difference. It might get one or two pickoffs, but otherwise it should be mainly used as a scouting vehicle. Sometimes we see that happen, sometimes we don't. Just FNF is very unpredictable for things like that. So, with all that said, it's hard to say what we might have going here. Looks like they're turning the vehicle around, though, maybe realizing that might not be the best idea. I get the idea of trying to position it out in a position where it's not going to be engaged from, but they're going to really have to rely on the Little Bird to do proper recon to see which route of any of them they can take to actually move it through. We actually see its chafe firing off because it's flashing on the map. Either way, I'm going to look at the prediction number one more time, 501K to 536.9. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Considering the previous round being super close, considering the assets we have on the field, considering that the attackers are going to be able to get right on top of the sector, but Blue 4 is going for a really good hold in the middle, I'm slightly, very slightly leaning to the attackers. But only such. And, okay, so we've got some of Alpha mounting up in this truck. Not sure how many people they can take. I thought it's only going to be like 4. H6 Little Bird's hovering over. They're going to put the LAV-25 to the east. If they're going to do a breakout, they should probably have the LAV on point for the vehicle, but I'm not trying to jinx anyone. I'm just saying it's leaning one way, but it's honestly impossible to tell. And they're just going to keep the BMP on defensive on this road. That's a smart call. Also, I just realized I'm solo casting, so I can turn on my TFAR plugin. We can hear them locally. That's honestly what I should have been doing from the get-go and listening to their plans. I apologize. So you got Vagrant, the Naked Wizard.
I can't adjust this fucking mic arm. Oh, there we go.
Ah, yes, the lovely noises of FNF. 552k points per side, good God. An even 1-to-1 split. Truck's been moved to the southern sector, but little do they know the sheer amount of Green 4 that are coming in. AH6 Little Bird's checking them MSRs here, trying to see where Green 4 is going to come in from specifically. And yeah, the BTR, I'm going to assume it's going to then do an amphibious crossing over here. It's just they should have done this instead, but maybe they were fearful of the potential open firing line that could expose them from this position seeing it, but yeah, because that would be a click away. So they're doing this to make sure that they can't be spotted from the central area, but Little Bird's flying around, possibly giving good news to the vehicle. Now we just have to kind of watch the advance here and see what forces do for reconnaissance. I ain't caster cursing anyone, don't you worry. Looking at the positioning that we're seeing for Green 4, looks like they're also wanting to take the MSR so they can potentially move that BMP forward instead of its overwatch position. I gotta wonder what's going through Blue 4 Command's head. That would be Swede. He didn't catch anything over here. He just went north, didn't really see much over there, so he's going to loop it around. But I'm going to be honest, by the time they loop the AH-6 Little Bird around, it should be too late. We should see Green 4 going right on top of the sector. We could see the... That kind of scares me that no one's in the gun and the gun's facing the wrong way. I'm going to be honest, if I were to play on the ground, I'd love to play on a crow system. I'm just trying to figure out which seat actually has the controls. I'm assuming the gunner there does, but someone in the back should, but I don't actually see a terminal that's tied to the crow. Based off this guy's arms and position, the way he's moving his wrist, I'd assume it's that. But this gun shouldn't be focusing on that direction. It should be focusing on this direction because that's where the spawn is. So I don't know why he's looking left. He's looking at his own friendlies over here. He should be overwatching. And now we might hear a change in pace because the AH-6 Little Bird is now flying around in that area.
Adi, umiesz to w sumie obsługiwać, bo ja średnio.
Yeah, so on his side he has a screen, but when we look on the outside we don't see it. Why are you leaving it? That's such a good Overwatch piece. Is he giving it to someone else? I would be staying in that and constantly scanning the damn side. You can hear the BMP closing. And that is the sound of death, honestly, for this vehicle crew. AH-6 now going around. I get if Blue 4 tries to sneak the vehicle past the bridge, but again, they hear the BMP at this point.
190.
I think they're calling that out now.
HQ, this is Alpha. We have enemies from the southwest from our position.
See how well this crow can zoom in, but they might have only a limited amount of zoom here. Honestly, you can suppress with a crow, but it's much better just to go pinpoint and literally 2 or 3 tap people. So you see where they're suppressing here. Iander does have the medium anti-tank weapon, though. AT getting fired into this position. BMP2 holding back. How's the BTR-80 Alpha going? So she went amphibious, and now she's coming around the northern side. AH-6 Little Bird still patrolling around the north. Weird call there. AT fires. It is up high, though. You can see the 50 cal suppression's actually getting a few guys here. Blue 4 haven't taken a single KIA. Pogo, Wombat, and Sayak are all dead, though. And I'd imagine that is more than likely from either Pingus getting pickoffs. He does have 1 kill. There's no magnified optics today. Or it's been these guys with that 50 cal. Audie's on a kill. There's 3 deaths, though. And, okay, so Kropa on the marksman rifle over here has been getting a kill. He's picking off more. You're seeing Green 4 crossing. I'm really surprised they're not moving this vehicle. More RP. Oh, a wheel got. Why are the back wheels gone? They stripped the wheels. Why? Blue 4 are throwing the asset. But why? Did they explosive trap it? And AH-6 Little Bird takes a hit. I really do not understand why Blue 4 threw one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful PvP asset in an infantry-focused game. Like that is surprising. Yeah, because I don't see the stripped wheels anywhere, but the back wheels are down. But again, that's just such a weird placement for the vehicle. There's no... They know they could be coming from the southwest. I don't know why they're in the open area right here. I don't know why they didn't try to, like, take cover. Or, you know, like, hide behind the fence and peer over. It makes no sense to me. So it's a terminal and sector in the zone. The sector's already being taken by Green 4. They don't need to take that terminal. And then you've got this sector over here, which you see Command and Bravo in. But just a weird call to make for something like that. Punisher died up in here. He was an explosive specialist. We have Leziak unconscious back here. Looks like he just woke up and could get away. They were able to inflict, I think, 3 KIAs here. Manasa's also dead from Overwatch fire, but they also got a knockout, so not really enough kills to make that attrition-style fight worth it. It does do a bit of attrition. Good for them on that, but weird call. GL wakes up Savan with the audio instead. You got the BMP, too, now doing long-range suppression. Trying to work its autocannon around. LAV's pulling back. I think they're trying to suppress McDeed there, and now they're using PKT, but there's the sector going off. So now all Green 4 has to do is interact with the terminal and then break off their force. BMP covers down the middle lane. They can have a squad go around here, another squad go over there. You got Echo, the mat weapon, now trying to get a position to hit the BMP. There's the hack started. And it takes 4 minutes to do the hack. Holy shit. BTR-80 Alpha, I guess, will help cover the coast and assist in Green 4 pushing through the forest and possibly go amphibious to cross through. But Blue 4 are just kind of stuck here. Great AT shot. Unfortunately, it landed on the little... No, it landed short. Only doing a little bit of damage. BMP needs to be careful that doesn't super overextend here. Bravo doing a really wide flank around. I don't think that's needed. I think they could literally just go up to here and then have something cover them, so they're going a bit too forward. Got more autocannon shots here. I'm trying to track where that LAV-25 has gone. Looks like it is actually advanced over here, and it's now firing at Green 4 Bravo. But you do have Blue 4 Echo moving in. Will Kremet spot them? Lolo spots them instead, so these guys are now caught in the open. Oddball getting into 2v1. Kremet gets the kill. Watts and Brixie, meanwhile, closing. Now we just wait. Hey, NT, thanks for the raid of 20. What were you doing? More armor or something else? We're catching the second round of Friday Night Fights right now. First round went pretty well. It was pretty even. This one, I'm just worried Green 4 is going to potentially choke, but they've got great position on everything so far. And Shrouded, nice. All right, so we have Delta advancing a bit. They catch Audi out of position and kill him because he was prone in the open. Ukrainian gets shot in the back as he tries to run. Shame because he's got that mini-me and could give a lot of suppressive fire with it. Bestafar, if there was a player there, they are dead, but it looks like that's just an innocent tree that he has maliciously gunned down. He doesn't have any kills with that FN mag. Nemesis taking some fire from the defensive line. I think he's trying to do a outflank here. Tries to catch Pingus out in the open and gets the knockout. It is Belgian kits on Blue 4 versus Insurgent kits on Green 4. Nemesis gets picked off, but Malin quickly gets the follow-up kill. Mainly RHS and 3CB factions gear. BMP2 still suppressing. G-Legs on 2 kills. It's because he's got that AKS-74U.
He just blimped.
I think they're just calling that guy as dead, but he just woke back up and moved around.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
He just got the knockout.
At the right side of the tree. Nice.
And he gets a double tap with that auto cannon.
Yeah, he's dead.
And just having a good laugh about that. But Echo was completely intercepted and eliminated by Green 4, so that means no medium anti-tank is going to be harassing the BMP2. So you can see that Brixie oddball. Watts all dead. Mike stayed in the AO. He went down. The AH-6 Little Bird, it looks like it crash landed back here, but they're doing some partial repairs on it. The hack finally completed, so that vehicle is going to detonate. I don't think it's going to kill anyone in the blast. Auto Visky, maybe. Nope. But the building goes down. Oh yeah, they're shooting the AKS-74U down the 30mm barrel. That's why it's so powerful. Doy. Of course. But with Green 4's posturing, what I'm worried about now is they're going to defeat themselves in detail because we've got forces just kind of having this massive concave on the Blue 4 sector. But we do have the BTR-80 Alpha starting to come in. So I think that was done by design. It's going to position itself. We have a really nice bit of wood and a building that they can also cover itself with. Piranha with an LMG, though, could do some damage. And we got smokes being popped over here. That's a bit of a weird call. We could see these forces transition, though, and take more direct routes as these guys were just doing these massive outflanks because the rest of the squads were holding to make sure that terminal site got hacked. But they could also just follow those routes themselves. We do see some shooting on the AH-6 Little Bird. It might be doing a false LZ to fake Green 4 out. That's a really weird call to make with them landing back there. I don't know why they would. We got Hunt IR rounds up above. 80 Alpha's pushed up. AH-6 Little Bird picking back up. Weird calls to make all around. They're now taking heavy fire. BMP is transitioning to move with its 80 Alpha counterpart to do a flank over, not a flank, but attack through this open area here to support those forces moving in, as Green 4 are circling other forces around to attack on the other side. So I think the whole point of this type of attack is to pull all of the attention to the western side so squads to the east can then infiltrate in. That could be a very solid strategy. We see a lot of forces firing up into the sky right now, distracted by that AH-6 Little Bird. Another AA launch, and that is a second hit from AA on that Little Bird. And once again, I think only her tail rotor got disabled from that shot. Late sessions do happen now for FNF, I just don't cast. Just because it doesn't align with my schedule anymore. Because when they went private with it, they made it partially clear that they didn't really want us casting unless we only said positive things instead of speaking our mind, which I don't like doing because, you know, that's kind of dumb. Because then I'd have to start censoring you guys for calling things out, and I'm not going to do that to you. So I just do other stuff with my time now, like DayZ. Or like making myself a lovely dinner. Or just sleeping, or editing videos. Basically anything. Yeah, that Little Bird does have plot armor at this rate, man. So I think they're going to try to land on this airfield over here and then do another field repair. Righto, Ghost. Well, we'll all see you around, man. Just focus on recovering. 80 Alpha's now going north. I find it interesting. We've got Puma, who I think is Green 4 Ground Command, is infiltrating up here. And all of his forces are just kind of around. Let's see how he does, though. Honestly, a single fighter in this position could be very, very effective. We just have to see what he does in terms of positioning. So we got Green 4 pushing it on this side. Cuboid has the AT. Rest of Green 4 is getting down. Charlotte also has an RPG, but I guess no ammo. But now, again, I'm worried that we're going to see defeats in detail here. Lolo misses his quick shot with the stolen Maz. And I'm not sure if he has any more ammo left. Kremet pulling back. Maybe he has spare ammo for it, but the LAV quickly books it out of there. Cuboid charging in, gets a kill. I think on this exposed infantryman right there, we see a satchel go off, blowing up the entire building and a little bit of a delay, but eventually kills Pierce. Long-range AT shot on the BMP, but it was just short. And again, I'm worried about Green 4 defeating themselves in detail here, but we've got forces getting right on top of these positions. Does Cuboid have a second explosive satchel to throw? Looks like he does not, or he just stole one and is unable to blow this building up. But if they were to blow up that building too, there'd be practically no one left in the sector. No one's pulling internal security. Cuboid now running in, wins his one-on-one, gets a double kill. I think Games Kropa's up here. He's now trying to breach. Cuboid has a grenade. Now would be the time. Got Huel throwing an explosive charge up here on Goose. That's going to probably get Goose. Yep. And it knocks Huel out as he runs away. Lovely. Looks like Games Kropa wins that fight, and I hear the BMP-2 cooking off. A long-range AT shot eventually got it. With this first squad, though, it's kind of separated, but look at, as you scroll out, look at all the Green 4 that can still move into this sector. Swola getting killed by NASA here. Huela wakes back up. Double taps the body just to be safe. NASA now pushing in. Gets a shot on Lurch as he was looking through the windows. Bit of an interesting angle to hold. You should be in a building to hold stuff like that. AA has launched and it hits the helicopter for the third time, and she is still flying. We have Eric Kiru getting a pick off on an OPFOR member there. Autocannon now suppressing the building itself, trying to penetrate in and potentially get Kropa. AH-6 RHS Little Birds are literally on crack cocaine, alright? It just has that plot armor. Kropa gets NASA'd. And Blue 4 barely has any defenders left, and we're seeing even more infantry starting to fold in. I'm assuming Puma got killed off. Yep, he came up. Don't see any dead bodies around him, though, so it looks like he wasn't that effective, but I mean, Green 4 reinforcements coming up. This is the beginning of the end, in my honest opinion. Krana has moved north. The LAV-25 is cooking off. I assume the MAT weapon that was stolen was able to get a snipe on it. NASA gets pushed by Meerkat and taken out. You got Green 4 climbing on top of the buildings here, trying to get into this position. Meerkat gets sniped by the BTR-80 Alpha's AP rounds, penetrating into the building. Blue 4 trying to consolidate their remaining infantry, but it's definitely the beginning of the end. Cull is trying to climb up. He gets shot. Kvest folds in, gets behind Mickty with the handgun, but Mickty just bitch slaps him with the 240 Bravo and tells him to get that weak shit out of there. Nap's now looking around, trying to figure out where he's getting shot from. Spots Mickty, gets the back of the head, headshot there. I'm going to rule that as a suicide. Grenade gets thrown, and I think Nap just blew himself up with his own grenade. Excellent. Huel gets pushed by Stein and taken out because the power of that 240 Bravo at CQC is absolutely devastating. Hearing that autocannon firing off now. Yeah, thanks for the 61-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And with that, the first major wave of Green 4 past the infiltrators are taken out. You still have Sam in the AO here, trying to get a shot on Lurch, but he folds back into the building. But Blue 4 only have 3 defenders left in the AO. And they are trying their best to hold. I stand corrected. 2 defenders. Lurch folded out as that grenade blew him up. And with only 2 guys left in the AO, fighting a good 15 to 20. Sam gets knocked out by Stein with that heavy machine, or excuse me, medium machine gun, if we want to get technical. But that is a big ouch. We just need to see any remaining Blue 4 forces trying to fold in, but there is not a lot. You got the helicopter down for a 3rd time, trying to do field repair. Maybe that AH-6 Little Bird will come in clutch for the end with some last-minute gun runs to try to stall Green 4, but again, Green 4 regrouping. We got Rats pushing into the AO. Now with Meerkat Uncon in the AO, it means Green 4 is going to need 3 people in here to do stuff, but Rat gets shot through the wooden fence and actually unluckily headshotted. And Stein is holding 6 kills with that medium machine gun T on 1 kill. Great calls there. Great lucky grenade by Stein that's going to potentially blow Malin up. Oh, but he's able to fold in at the last second and evade that grenade. Can Stein continue his hold? Norris coming around trying to breach. Stein lowering himself. They have to be killing off the infantry as they come in, though, because if 3 get in the AO, it's going to start counting down, and we have 2 inside so far. Flying Fin, if Lolo, if they join in, that's going to start the timer. And it looks like we're about to see it. Norris gets tapped off, though. Sector turns green. It is starting to be captured. Stein folds in, finds Flying. Oh, but Stein beats him out. Moves in with a double tap. Grenade is thrown. Oh, but Stein gets blown away, and it's just up to T to hold. He's trying to fire from the elevated area into the 2nd story position. Grenade gets thrown up there. He is forced to fold in. Trying to vault over this clothesline here. What seems to be stuck on the pole. T starts folding in. Malin going in with the 240. Bravo gets blown away by the F200, only to get shot dead by Norris and Kermit. And that is GG. We still have Grana, but looks like they died. And Rodrigue folding in. The AH-6 Little Bird going north for whatever reason. 45 seconds left on the clock, and that was a pretty solid onslaught from Green 4. Blue 4, I think the mistake started when the terminal, for whatever reason, got driven down there. That was just a weird miscall, and that kind of sparked the start. If Blue 4 had a more solid defense line, then maybe they would have been able to hold this a little bit better, but yeah, I'm sorry, Cypher. I wish Blue 4 did a little bit of a better job. It was much more even. Wait a second. Nope, that was just Pierce's ghosts. Okay. Rodrigue folding in and immediately freaking dies. And the AH-6 Little Bird is still flying up there, not really doing anything. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and raid Dream. And, yeah, that was... wow. So however many points you put in on Green 4, you're going to get those points back and then some, basically doubling your point value since that was pretty even on 1-to-1. But anyway, guys, we'll be back around 9:30 for some DayZ. That was pretty painful, I'm not going to lie. But thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one. Utterly brutal.